Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperacoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. Today we're talking about operations on data in Pandas. Pandas makes it easy to operate on data. In case of unary operations, index and column labels are preserved. In case of binary operations, indices are aligned. Let's have a look at a unary operation first. So let's start by importing numpy and pandas, as usual. Now let's create a series object and a DataFrame object to work on. Here's our simple series object, and here's our simple DataFrame object. Let's print them out to see what they look like. Here's our num_series object. It's a simple series object. And here's our num_DataFrame object, which also is a simple data frame. Good. Now, let's apply the unary sign function to this series. This function is defined in numpy, so let's use it here. Sign of num_series times, here we have the constant pi also defined in numpy. And the result is this. So this is a unary operation. And now let's do the same to the data frame. So here we have our data frame and we multiply it by pi. And here's the result. As you can see, in both the series and the data frame, the indices have been preserved. So here we have ABCD, here we have ABCD. Here we have the indices 0, 1, 2, the same here. And so have the column labels in the data frame. Here we have ABCD and here we have ABCD. So they have been preserved. And now let's talk about binary operations. So first, let's have a look at binary operations between two series objects and two data frame objects. First, let's create two series objects. Here they are. And as you can see, these are very simple series objects. Let's print them out again. So the first one is like so. And here is the second one. Good. Now let's try some binary operations on these two series objects. First, let's multiply them. Multiplication is a typical example of binary operations. And so let's check it out. Fine. So this works as expected. The indices are aligned. So we had ABCD, the second series object ABCD, and here we have ABCD. The indices are aligned. But what if the indices overlap only partially? So let's create two other series objects here so that the indices are slightly different. So here we have ABCD, here we have BDFG. So they partially overlap. BD, and here we have BD2. Now let's have a look how this operation works. This is another common binary operation, addition. So the result of adding these two series objects looks like so. Now as you can see, this time we have the union of the indices. The indices B and D, which you can find in both objects, have been aligned. For the other indices, we get nan value, which stands for not a number, and is how Pandas marks missing data. And now let's see how binary operations work with data frames. So let's start by defining two data frame objects with overlapping indices and column names. So this is the first data frame, and this is the second one. Now another common binary operation is true division. So let's check it out. Here is our result. So again, the indices and columns have been aligned. Here are the indices 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and here we have 0, 1, 2. And so have the columns. So A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. But what about data frames where only some of the indices and column names overlap? So let's define two other data frames, like here, where the names of the columns overlap only partially. So we have AB and here AB, but the others are different. CD in the first one and A in the second one. So let's print them out first. So data frame number 3, here it is, and data frame number 4, here it is. And now let's perform subtraction on these two data frames. Subtraction is another example of binary operations. So let's subtract data frame 4 from data frame 3. Here's the result. Again, we have the union of indices and column labels and NaN values for any missing data. Finally, let's see how operations between series objects and data frame objects work. So let's create a series object and a data frame object to work on. Let's print them out. Here's our series object, and here's our data frame object. Good. And now let's see how the subtraction operation works. So let's subtract series object minus data frame object, and here is the result. Naturally, with subtraction the order matters, so if we change the order, the result will be different. Fine. Now, as you can see, the result is a data frame, and the operation is performed row by row. Here's the series object, the data frame. As you can see, we have 2, we have 6, so 2 minus 6 is negative 4. We have 4, we have 6, 4 minus 6 is negative 2, and so on. And now what about objects where the indices only overlap partially? So here we have another series and another data frame object. Let's print them out. Here's our series object. Here's our data frame object. Good. And now let's subtract them. So series object minus data frame, and the other way around. So as expected, the missing data is replaced by NaN values and the indices and column names are aligned.
Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.